Hello everyone! Today I wanted to try out an idea I've had for a while, and that is using standard automotive tint film to tint the windows of an RC car body. I've never heard of anyone doing this, and I couldn't find any information or tutorials related to this, so I thought I'd try it out and see how well it works. First thing I wanted to do was trace the window openings onto paper so I knew what size and shape to cut the pieces of tint film. I only had 50% tint on hand, which I thought would look good on the door windows and rear window, but too dark for the windshield, so I will be giving the windshield a lighter tint in the future. After cutting out the traced windows, I used that as a guide for cutting the tint film. I started by cleaning the surface that the tint will be applied to with soap and water. Then I thoroughly sprayed the surface with water and applied the tint. Obviously, none of the tools used for applying tint to a full-scale vehicle will work on something this small, so I just used my finger and the edge of a piece of plastic to act as a squeegee. I then used a hairdryer to apply heat to the tint, being very careful not to warp the polycarbonate body. In hindsight, I shouldn't have started with the rear window, because this piece was the largest, hardest to place, and hardest to smooth, but aside from a nasty wrinkle on the lower left side and a few tiny bubbles, I think it turned out nice. The white specks and smudges you see here are on the outside of the body, caused by residue left from the window decals that I cut and removed earlier. Satisfied with the result of the rear window, I decided to continue with the rest of the vehicle. I simply repeated the same process for all the door windows, and I was able to improve my technique with each one. Overall, I really like the idea of using tint film on RC bodies. In fact, I think I might favor this method over traditional spray tint. The only potential issue I see with this method is that applying the tint so that it has no air bubbles is a little bit tricky, at least for me it was. But after completing this body, I feel like I've begun to get the hang of it. I might try to find or make some tools like a small squeegee to help with applying the tint. If you'd like to try this yourself, I'd recommend practicing on a water bottle or scrap piece of polycarbonate to experiment and find out what works best for you. The other potential issue is durability. I'm not sure how durable this tint film will be. I'm pretty confident it will hold up and look good for the life of the body, but only time will tell. One thing I might try in the future is applying the tint to the outside of the body instead of the inside like I did here. I think it would look good as long as it doesn't get scratched and scraped too much. Here's a look at the finished result. I think 50% looks good on this body, especially since I don't plan on having a fully detailed interior. And that's all for this video. If you give this a try, let me know what you think. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.